Welcome back to Checkpoint. Now, Tanzanian firebrand opposition leader Tundu Lissu, who was shot by unknown gunmen in Dar es Salaam last week, is still in critical but stable condition in hospital. Lissu is receiving treatment here at the Nairobi hospital. Chadema leader Freeman Mbowe, who visited him in hospital, has called on the Tanzanian government to allow international investigators to help unravel the mystery surrounding Lissu's shooting. Lissu is known as a fierce critic of President John Magufuli's government, and Chadema says they cannot rule out political harassment. And tonight, we host two Chadema MPs to speak on this and other political issues in Tanzania, and also their opinion on the status of the Kenyan election. Here's an excerpt of that interview that comes to you a little later on in this broadcast. The best place to start would be with the Shadow Minister for Foreign Affairs, Pastor Honorable Msigwa?
Yes.
You're a pastor as well.
Yes.
But let's talk about what's happening in Kenya right now, because we're going to a repeat election for the presidential race. Chadema and Lowassa have expressed their support for President Uhuru Kenyatta. In fact, Honorable Lowassa was here in the country a little earlier, to campaign for President Uhuru Kenyatta. So perhaps just your thoughts on that. Why are you supporting President Uhuru Kenyatta? Why do you think, in fact, if I were to quote Mr. Mbowe, he says, President Uhuru Kenyatta is the right candidate for democracy in Kenya. So tell us about why you chose him and not any of the other 6 candidates that we had, and whether you're going to extend this support even as we go into the repeat election.
Number one, I have much respect to Raila Odinga. I know how he worked hard to push democracy in this country.
To elevate,
to elevate democracy in this country as we are now. But he also, as a party, we think Uhuru elevated democracy in this country to a point where everybody in Africa is admiring where you Kenyans you are now. So we as a party, we decided to support Uhuru. We trying to compare we compare your democracy to our democracy in our land. We see these 3 pillars in your country, they are working very well. And Uhuru is we believe, is a kind of a president who he doesn't lose his sleep if someone criticizes him or insults him. Then business will go as usual, and we support Uhuru because he allows people to speak their mind. He allows freedom of speech. He allows the 3 pillars to work independently. So we think this is something that should be spread in the continent.
All right, so more of that discussion will be coming your way right here on Checkpoint, but it'll be exclusively on KTN News. You don't want to miss that. We talked about that and a lot more, especially to do with our elections. That is my interview with 2 members of parliament from the opposition party Chadema in Tanzania. That's coming your way at 10:30, so you don't want to miss that. It's going to be an interesting conversation, I guarantee it. I want to take a break right now, but remember, my take is still coming up next. I've missed that, and I know so have you, so that will be coming up, but also the sports news as well. So let's take that break. Be right back.
This is KTN News.